India's market news headquarters. Cutting-edge analysis. Influential insights. Market-moving intelligence. Broadcasting live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios in Mumbai.
Good morning. You're with us here on a fresh new edition of Bazaar Morning Call, and it's going to be another good morning, question mark, because it was a very good day yesterday. What a way to kickstart July with a super duper broad-based, very healthy up move. That was Monday for you. We're coming to you from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Prashant, with me my colleagues Sonia and Nigel. Guys, hi, morning.
Hi, good morning, Prashant. Good morning, Nigel. Well, I don't know what to say about this market, right? Every day new highs, every day there's so much momentum. Of course, at some point, some pressure has to kick in, but it hasn't yet. So I guess enjoy the party till it lasts.
Well, that's right. Some signs of cautiousness are creeping up, but let's see whether or not the market chooses to just ignore it and continue to climb the wall of worry.
There's an old saying, right? Markets can stay irrational a lot longer than you can stay solvent. Yeah. It works both ways, both on the way down. I mean, I think that saying was, Keynes or somebody who said it while the market was falling. They don't keep buying because the market may keep dropping. But I think on the way up as well, it is true, right? I mean, if you sort of keep second guessing the market, I think you miss out. That is also, I think, absolutely true. But let's kind of kick off things with where we left off yesterday, and then we will tell you things to watch. So broad-based, healthy up move, as I said, with the market looking solid. This is, of course, as we've been saying, after a spectacular June, one of the best Junes that we've had in a while now, right? 7% moves. And we added another 0.5% on the Nifty, the sensex, the Nifty bank and broader markets. I mean, actually, broader markets did even better. Look at the mid-cap index, the small-cap index. Look at the micro-cap index. Micro-cap index, I think, yesterday was up almost 3%. So, smaller the better. That's essentially the message, at least yesterday. There may perhaps maybe a little element of catch-up here, mid-caps and small-caps, because last 2 weeks now, actually, it's been large caps which have been running ahead and broader markets which took a bit of a backseat. IT was, of course, the other big mover with a near 2% pop. We'll talk more about this with regards to what's happening right ahead of results. Now, FII long positioning, it continues to be high. It moved up a tad higher as compared to Friday's close. Now, we're at about 3.5 lakh contracts long, net long. And you look at what clients are doing, what local positioning is, that's on the other side. I mean, they're actually short. Not in an extreme way, but they're short. So, a data point which perhaps at some point will become relevant, but for now, it's being kind of not ignored, but at extreme levels, and repeat, it becomes a bit of a warning sign that maybe things are getting a little overdone because everyone is on one side of the trade, which right now, of course, is on the long side. Now, positive cues from Wall Street overnight, good cues. S&P 0.25% higher, Nasdaq almost about 1% in the green. You had manufacturing data out of the US, which was disappointing, but it was largely ignored. The reason I'm saying it was largely ignored because yields should have fallen. Yields did not fall. Yields went up, right? So you had the 10-year, which went up 7 basis points to almost 4.5% now. Not much reaction in the dollar index. That basically consolidated around the just under 106 odd levels. Oil prices, they were up about 1/3%, but nothing notable really. Which gets us to the levels here as far as markets are concerned. It's very it is index levels which matter, but I think it is also so much to do with individual stocks, which we will talk about, right? Now on the Nifty, a decisive break about 24,174, which we did not do yesterday. It's 30 points now, would indicate further up move. So perhaps we should get that. On the way down, supports come in at the hourly averages. 24,061 is the first level. Again, not very far from where we left off yesterday, about 80-90 points. And then, of course, under it, you get to the 40 hourly exponential, which is 23,913. Now, Bank Nifty needs a decisive close above 53,180. We'll see if that, the market's got it in it to take those levels out in the coming days. And supports come in at about 52,166. So those are sort of, circling the levels off for you this morning. GIFT Nifty will indicate the opening picture. It's about a 45 point higher start. It's a good start once again. We'll see if we get that and what after. Build on what we've already seen, or maybe a little consolidation. Sunny.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think a little consolidation would hurt anyone, right? I mean, look at the way this market has been moving. Even this morning, actually, the GIFT Nifty is suggesting a very, very green start, up almost 45 points. And it's no joke the kind of momentum that this market has seen over the last many days. I mean, if you look at it, the Nifty is now holding well above 24,100. And from the June 4th low, right, that seems to be the marker for everyone because that was the day that the market really took a slide. From then, the market is up 10% in like less than a month. Phenomenal, the kind of moves we've seen. There's large buying from domestic institutions, and the big reason for the market rally is the money that has been coming in from DIIs. I mean, in June, there was over 29,000 crores of buying. Yesterday, there was 3,900 crores of buying in a single trading session. So that has really been where the momentum is coming in from for our markets. Now, if you look at the global markets, right, it's been stable. The Nasdaq, in fact, hit a fresh record high again overnight. And we've had, of course, lots of things to watch out for. Fed Chair Powell's speech will be something that the street will watch out for. The US markets will actually be closed on Thursday for the 4th of July holiday. So you'll get a little bit of tepid cues from the US markets over the next couple of days. But in our own markets, the stocks to watch out for, one of them I'm looking out for closely is the two-wheeler stocks, especially in the rural markets. So Hero MotoCorp, for example, saw very strong sales in the month of June. Total sales went up 15.5%, and the expectations of a pickup in the monsoon is something perhaps that could aid Hero MotoCorp further. So I'm watching out for that stock very closely in trade today. But other than that, this is a market that is, I mean, there are plenty of fish in the sea when you go out there. It's just a matter of picking the right stock.
Well, that's right. And yesterday, portfolios felt good because the broader markets, the small cap index was up 1.5%.
Yeah.
So though we just talk about the headline index, and that's the Nifty, the small cap index actually did very, very well. Now, overnight, the cues are positive, and the US markets, the headline indices, they ended higher. But just a word of caution out here, on the S&P 500, 3/4 of the stocks out there, they actually ended in the red. And the Russell 2000 was down 0.8%. So actually, the broader markets in yesterday's trading session overnight, they didn't really participate. So just a word of caution on that front. Besides that, crude oil prices are moving up as well. Geopolitical concerns, it's a concern with regard to the hurricane as well. So on the back, that as well is moving to that uncomfortable mark of around $87 odd. And as Phil mentioned, we did have the yields as well that moved up a little bit. Today, the big moving point in the second half of trade will be the Nifty Financial Services Index because that plays out the weekly expiry. And yesterday, it ended with a gain of closer around 1%. How's positioning? Well, in terms of the FIs, well, they have 83% of their positions on the long side, and the long positions, closer on 3.5 lakh contracts, are on the long side. The clients are on the opposite end of the spectrum. So they have closer on 2.6 lakh contracts on the short side. FIs net long, clients net short. You would like to see actually FIs being net short as well because that's when you see a bit of a short squeeze. However, on stock futures, both of them are on the same page. Both of them have long positions. So it's going to be a more stock-specific market, according to me, from here on. The headline index could be in a bit of a range, but stock-specific action is likely to continue. You'll get plenty of winners out there as well. In an uptrending market, you want to see both the nearest puts see some writing. And that's precisely what happened yesterday. 24,000 put, 24,100 put, which brings us to the level. Since we're seeing writing at around the 24,000 put mark, and in the last couple of days, we went down to around the 23,805 odd. So that becomes the line in the sand on the downside, the first reference points that you have. On the upside, near-term resistance could come in that vicinity of around 24,250 to around 24,300 odd. The stock that I'm looking at for today's trading session is Deepak Nitrite. Now, yesterday, the stock made a fresh 52-week high, and it's seen a good trend in the last few sessions. That's moved up. A few factors to bring on the table. It moved high. It moved high on good volumes, good delivery-based volumes as well. So that's good news. And last week, the promoter entity that just nibbled in, they bought only around 35 crores worth of shares. But in a market where you're seeing promoters off, selling some stake, it was heartening to see that, in fact, there was some buying towards the end of the quarter. And also there was long built up because there was long position build up of close to around 10% when the stock ended high with a gain of close to around 4%. The street is building in fundamentally a recovery in the second half of the year. So that could be the stock to track. Made a fresh 52-week high, and techno fundamental, so to call it, is supporting the stock. So let's see how that goes.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. So plenty of stocks to watch out for. I mean, the GIFT Nifty is indicating a very, very strong start, up almost about 45 odd points. And remember, lots of things, right? I mean, the IMD is now forecasting an above average monsoon. So a lot of these stocks as well will continue to be in focus.